Hey there, good morning everyone. Wednesday the 29th of March 2023. This morning's devotional is a reading from Luke chapter 5 verse 16, which reads, "But Jesus often withdrew to lonely places and prayed." In today's fast-paced life where we rush from one meeting to the next meeting, trying to complete all our tasks before the deadline, it is rush, 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 with no or very little rest at all. And eventually, we find ourselves dealing with burnout and we wonder what went wrong. As a man, Jesus knew his limitations and he also understood where his strength came from. It came from God, not from some energy drink or pill, as some like to think. Jesus understood the need to connect with his power source. Think of it this way, as an electric car can only run so far without being charged. After that, it needs to be charged. Otherwise, it's not going to go any further and it'll have a breakdown, and so it's worthless. And we're pretty much like that as well. Many a book has been written on how to make the most of your day and life. You may have even seen one of them or perhaps purchased one. The question is, how is it working out for you? We have before us here today the solution to dealing with a fast-paced life, but do we ever apply it? Jesus connected with God, and he knew that this was a good and essential connection. But if it is so good, why do we struggle with it? You see, solitude is hard. And when you're working or you're married and you've got children and friends, there's nothing wrong with marriage or having children or friends, but there needs to be a balance. And it's also hard because we are not well trained in it. Our culture trains us for motion and multitasking, not for slowing down or simplifying. The other reason we also avoid solitude could be because it means confrontation. Solitude removes distractions and leaves us, even just for a few minutes, alone with God, the Holy Spirit. Solitude is sometimes defined as being alone. But we are never alone. God is with us every moment of the day. God's right there. What scares most of us is that we never know what might happen when we are alone with God. Scary, isn't it? He might ask us to stop doing something that we don't want to stop. He might ask us to start doing something that we don't want to start. He might, and he does that. But if we avoid his confrontation, we will miss his companionship, his counsel, his comfort, his restoration, and his rescue. So we must take courage. We must be brave and strong. We must not worry that we don't do it well yet. And we must make solitude a priority, just as Jesus did. My dear friends, the simple truth is that doing life in your own power is impossible. Even Jesus, the Son of God, took time to get away alone and pray often. Everywhere he went, people wanted to be healed, to have demons cast out, to have their sight restored, and to be able to walk again. Hence, he needed his solitude. May we be brave enough to enter into solitude with God. Don't fear. God is a gentleman and he will lovingly minister to you. May the Lord be with you. May he bless you. May he cause his face to shine upon you and be with you always. Goodbye.